I have warded this cave against wolves, spirits, and 3 separate gods. And yet, a mortal walks through my door. What are you?
I'm just a blacksmith's apprentice, sir. I'm looking for my family. They say you can tell me where they are.
Blacksmith's apprentices do not cross the gorge of hell. May I? Gleipnir! It was forged by dwarves to bind Fenrir, the wolf that was believed to swallow the sun. There is no stronger thing in all the 9 realms. It obeys you?
Most days.
Then you're either far from ordinary, or the world has made a mistake it will soon regret.
I'm ordinary enough. Do you know where my family is or not?
This object carries their trace. It will lead you to them. You'll find your family before sundown. But remember, no one should know that you carry the chain.
How does it even matter? I'm a blacksmith's apprentice. Nobody's looking at me.
They will be. If word spreads that a mortal wields Gleipnir, that someone could stand against Ragnarok, every warlord and desperate king in the 9 realms will come for you. Tell no one. Understood?
Let me go!
Your clan is finished, girl. Hand over Castle Haraldson, or we take it from your corpse.
Let's burn her hair off. Send her back to her father bald and bleeding. Let him know what's coming.
Let her go!
Don't get in the middle. They're trained warriors. They'll hurt you.
And what are you? A blacksmith? Walk away while you still can. Touch her and see what happens. You'll stop us?
Really? Now Gleipnir? You choose now to make a spectacle?
That it? That's your great defense? A necklace? I've tied pigs with thicker iron.
My brother, you came back.
What do you mean? Why would you say that?
I had a brother. Years ago. If I hadn't lost him, he'd be about your age. How did you fight them?
Tell no one. Understood?
Where do you live?
Fire! Water! Cloth! Now! Call the healer!
You saved my daughter from the Varen clan. You have my thanks.
Wait. Can we help you in any way?
I'm looking for my family. I don't know where they are. All I have is an insignificant toy, which is probably useless. I'll take your leave. Sir. Ma'am.
Örlögrís, örlögfellir, þráður sann, þráður skrifað, það skrifað, það skal vera. Það skrifað, það skrifað, það skal vera.
My son, Caden Haraldson.
No mark, no destiny. He will grow up ordinary.
He will bring shame to our clan!
He is me!
Caden?
We buried that truth the day we gave him away. You speak a single word and I will cut you from this family, the same way I cut him.
It's mine.
There's something I need to tell you. You saved my daughter. You'll stay as our guest. Let us repay you with our hospitality.
But she's a stranger. So why does this feel like home?
You should change. I'll have something sent. I need a word with my husband.
Inside. This is not a place for you.
I have to tell him. I cannot lie to him anymore.
Look.
This is what we are. This is what we pass on. Strength. Legacy.
He is your son!
No. He was a mistake. The one I corrected. If you name him mine, and he proves unworthy, which he obviously will, I lose everything. Our name, our people, our right to lead. I will not risk it. For sentiment.
Retreat!
It's silent.
You did it. You saved him.
He saved him?
A blacksmith's apprentice. It takes more than luck to tame a beast like that. Was someone else here?
Tell no one. Understood?
Yes. A savior. Thank the gods for him.
I never saw him move. I never saw him fight. And yet, he saved me and this child.
I've eaten enough.
Not yet. You need fattening up. What is it?
I just thought... I hope my real mother is like you.
You have to leave.
What?
Now!
The wolf, it wasn't an accident. This is an attack. Go through the east passage. Avoid the main gate.
Leave him!
Haraldson pride in the dirt.
Ivar! Come and see! Your queen has been brought to her knees. Surrender your castle, or watch us take the rest.
Astrid, even now, you refuse to bow.
It won't last. You will be mine. Good. I prefer them like this. Do it again.
You dared lay hands on my wife?
Because you were too weak to stop me.
If you are not, then face me. Death duel. If you win, you keep your castle. If you lose...
You wipe your queen's face clean with your hand.
And you lick your fingers.
Who stands for Haraldson?
Finish it clean.
That's it! Drive him! He's already breaking! He's not trying to win.
He's losing.
No. He is learning him. Say that again.
He's letting him strike. He's reading him. You shoe horses. You hammer iron for men who fight. You do not speak of war. Do you even know what you're watching? Or do you think staring long enough makes you one of us? Stay in your place, or I'll have you removed from it.
Father! You saw that before that happened.
He showed him everything, then paid for it.
How can a mere blacksmith see that?
Iron behaves the same way. Push it the same way long enough, it tells you where it breaks.
There is something that he is hiding. There is no way he is an ordinary man.
Among we poor, wife-sharing was common. My husband sold me to the local trapper Rowan for $300.
Rowan was considerate and promised not to touch me for 7 days.
I turned down his offer directly. It's a 2-minute business for my husband. No point dragging it out. Just close eyes. That night, the old wooden bed creaked for hours. Later, I understood that men were not all the same. So wife lending was nothing new in places like this. Poor men sent their wives out to other households to cook, clean, and bear children. The cheaper arrangements ran less than $50 a year.
If a son was born, there was an extra fee on top.
Men who couldn't afford to court a wife of their own would scrape together whatever they had and contract one for 2 or 3 years, long enough to get a child. A contracted wife was not there for comfort. Days were for labor, destroyed by a night. My best friend Clara had been contracted out by her husband. She ended up serving 4 men in that household, his father and his younger brother included. When I heard, I cried for nights. I never imagined I'd end up the same. A light flared in the darkness. A tall figure stepped out of the yard, carrying a light. It's Rowan.
Lily?
He must come to make sure I wouldn't run. I walked to his side, a bitter smile tugging at my mouth. Run? He thought too highly of me. Half-hour ago. My husband Edmund had gone down on his knees, fingers wrapped around my sleeve, face wet with tears.
Lily, this is my last chance! I need that money for my test! Just 1 year, that's all I'm asking. When it's over, I'll come get you myself, okay?
This was Edmund's 5th failed attempt at the qualifying exams. His family had nothing left. After talking it over with his parents, they decided to contract me out. Rowan had offered the most.
Come inside, it's cold out. Watch the step, the threshold's higher than it looks.
A hand touched my wrist, steadied me, then let go. Warmth faded fast. I pulled my thoughts back and looked up at him carefully. Rowan was an outlier here. His family had trapped and hunted these hills for generations. He lived alone at the foot of the ridge and kept to himself. They said he'd trained as a fighter, that he could kill a wolf bare-handed, that he had a temper. A thug named Tom had once crept onto his property to steal and ended up strung to a tree and beaten through the night. After that, every rough in the settlement gave Rowan a wide beret. Tom was the biggest man in the area. If Rowan had handled Tom that easily, then I swallowed and stole a glance at his broad back. Then I stopped. White. Bright, vivid white in the room. Rowan had shrugged off his coat. Under the thin material, the lines of solid muscle shifted with every movement. In the corner stood a clay vase nearly as tall as my waist. It was full of winter-flooming branches, blossoms open wide, filling the room with a heavy sweetness. Edmund's room on our wedding night hadn't looked half this fine. Was Rowan getting married? Then why had he paid $300 to contract me? Was I here to serve as a maid to his new bride?
You don't like it? I was told women like flowers.
I stared at him, too surprised to speak. This was all for me? But I was just contracted labor. This wasn't a wedding? Something shifted in Rowan's expression. His jaw tightened.
If you don't like it, I'll get rid of it.
He turned to go. I caught his arm. Don't! It's beautiful. I love it. That branch alone must have come from an entire flowering tree. The blossoms only grew in the hills, a long climb behind the settlement, hauling it all the way back without breaking a single steb that would have taken real effort. And besides, the contract had been signed at the village elder's office. Both parties were bound. I was going to share a roof with this man for a year, whether I liked it or not. I couldn't afford to make an enemy of him. One punch from Rowan, and I'd be lucky to keep all my teeth.
You really mean it?
I looked at him properly for the first time. He was striking. Clean, sharp features, the kind of roughness that came from years outdoors and not from hardship. A strange feeling moved through me. Maybe, possibly, it was just possible that Rowan actually liked me. He walked to the table with both his hands and feet doing slightly different things, picked up 2 small cups, and carried them back to me the same way.
Drink. And then settle in. Make yourself at home here.
Was this a wedding cup? I had no idea why he'd arranged everything like a proper ceremony, but I took the cup and dipped my head. All right. It wasn't the first time I'd drunk one. When Edmund married me, he'd been giddy as a boy finding treasure. He'd held me all through our wedding night and talked until morning. Telling me he'd admired me for years. Telling me I was the prettiest girl in 10 miles. Marrying me was the best thing that would ever happen to him. A year later, I was a chore he'd forgotten to do. His mother complained I wasn't pregnant. Edmund himself lamented that I couldn't read, and there was no point discussing books or ambitions with me. A real wife could be discarded that easily. A contracted one for a year had no chance at all. I lifted the cup and swallowed it in one go. That burned. It went down my throat like a lit match and landed in my stomach like a small fire. My eyes watered immediately.
Hey, are you okay? That's my fault. I should never have bought the rough stuff. Here, water. Drink this.
The man in front of me split into 2 and merged back together. I shook my head and tried to focus. Rowan was fussing over me the way someone handles a child who's hurt themselves, carefully tilting a bowl of water to my lips. I sipped. It was slightly sweet.
Better? A little better?
His hand moved in slow circles across my back, steady and warm even through several layers of cloth. A tall, handsome man talking to me in a low, gentle voice. My head swam harder. I was drunk, I thought. Definitely drunk. I reached out, grabbed Rowan's arm, and started pulling him toward the bed. Come on, let's get this done. Rowan didn't move. He caught my hands with a look of something like panic. Face bright red, stumbling over his words.
That won't be necessary. You've just arrived. Everything must feel strange. We can take our time, get to know each other first, and when you feel more comfortable, we can...
I let go and gave him a flat smile. It takes 2 minutes to drink a glass of water. You're suggesting we drag this out for 2 weeks? Before I married, my sister-in-law had sat me down and explained what happened between a man and a woman. My wedding night with Edmund, I'd been nervous. Then it happened, and I realized it bore no resemblance to what I'd imagined. It was fast. Clothes off, a brief fumbling, 2 or 3 movements, and it was finished. Quicker than drinking a glass of water. The night my father lay dying, my husband Leon walked into my room with his widowed sister-in-law, Vivian.
Aaliyah,
He said.
Vivian has no children. I have to marry her and carry on my late brother's bloodline.
I looked at him, then at the woman hiding behind him with reddened eyes. So you want me to smile and nod while you marry your brother's widow and have children with her? Leon frowned.
This is a family obligation, Aaliyah, not a betrayal.
I laughed. 3 years ago, when his family went bankrupt, it was my fortune that paid their debts. The only reason he was sitting in the royal court as royal treasurer was because my father had used his military merits to open that door for him. Now my father was dying, and instead of staying by his bedside, Leon had come to inform me that he was taking a second wife. Vivian lowered her gaze. Sister, I only want to leave a child behind for my late husband. I'm not trying to take your place. I looked at her. Not taking my place? Just taking my husband's bed? Her face instantly turned pale.
Enough, Aaliyah!
Leon slammed his hand against the table. I met his glare. What? You plan to give your brother an heir without sharing a bed? Does a second consort not bear children? Are you two planning to continue the bloodline through a closed door? Vivian's face went even wider. Suppressing his anger, Leon said,
I didn't come here to ask for permission. I came to inform you. Vivian will become my second consort. The decision has already been made.
Inform me?
Yes.
I nodded.
Fine. Then let me inform you of something too.
His expression tightened.
My sister, Selena, died with a fiancé.
I paused. His name is Cain, a frontier knight. The Valen family has no male heir. I intend to continue my sister's bloodline as well, Vivian gasped. Have you lost your mind? I turned toward her. If you can do it, why can't I?
I'm a man! I'm fulfilling my responsibility to the family!
Leon barked. I smiled coldly. So marrying your brother's widow is a noble duty, but continuing my late sister's line makes me insane? Your brother's widow deserves sympathy, but my sister's fiancé doesn't? The main Ashfield line can't be allowed to die out, but the Valen family should simply disappear? Leon stared at me.
You would actually let Cain touch you?
I raised an eyebrow.
If you're willing to touch Vivian, why shouldn't I let him touch me?
Silence swallowed the room. Only Vivian's trembling breaths remained. I handed the Valen family seal to Lucy. Take this to the castle. Send word to Cain. Tell him the Valen family intends to honor the old betrothal.
You're not going anywhere!
Leon lunged forward and grabbed Lucy's arm. I snatched up a silver goblet and hurled it at his feet. Wine splashed across his boots. Leon Ashford. My voice turned icy. If you dare stop my people, I'll march straight into the palace and let the queen see exactly how her precious royal treasure pressures a high marshal's daughter into surrendering her husband to his widowed sister-in-law. The ruby vanished into the coals, its gold setting blackened instantly. Vivian screamed.
Are you insane? Leon gave me that?
No. I watched the flames. He stole it and gave it to you.
That's a lie! He's your husband!
A husband doesn't receive immunity for theft. She rushed toward the fireplace, only to retreat from the heat as spilled down her cheeks. Right on cue, the door burst open. Leon strode inside. The moment he saw Vivian crying, he pulled her protectively into his arms. I laughed.
Alaya, you're bullying her again?
You got here awfully fast. How long were you standing outside listening? His expression stiffened. Vivian tugged at his sleeve. Don't blame her. She's hurting. If the brooch is ruined, it's ruined. I'm fine. I smiled. The brooch didn't burn your skin. So what exactly hurts? Vivian choked on her words. Leon snapped.
Apologize.
To whom?
To Vivian.
I stared at him. She stole my property. I destroyed my own property. And you want me to apologize?
I gave it to her!
You stole my belongings to buy someone's affection, and you're proud enough to raise your voice about it? His face darkened.
Don't forget, you're still my wife.
I met his gaze. And don't forget, you're still sitting in the royal court because of the Valen family. That left him speechless. Leaning against his chest, Vivian whispered softly, Leon, let it go. Alya is suffering. I don't mind a little hardship. Once I give you a child, she'll understand I'm not here to take anything from her. His hand froze in midair. I walked over to Vivian and adjusted the pearl clasp on her black dress. Don't worry. I'll make sure your wedding as second consent is absolutely magnificent. Then I looked at Leon. The same day, the same night, you go to her room. I'll go to Cain's. For the first time, Leon's face turned white. The next morning, Vivian arrived sooner than I expected. I had just finished changing into my riding clothes when she entered my room with two maids. A ruby brooch glittered on her chest, red as a drop of blood. My mother's ruby, part of my dowry. I stared at it.
Leon gave that to you.
Vivian touched the gemstone and smiled sweetly. He said black was too plain on me. The ruby suited me better. You don't mind, do you, sister? She tilted her head. Lucy stepped forward furiously.
That belongs to Lady Alia!
Vivian glanced at her. Aaliyah and I will soon be family. Surely I can borrow one of her things. I asked. Does Leon know that's part of my dowager estate? Her smile deepened. Of course he does. He said what's yours is his, and if it's his, he can give it to me. I walked toward her. She instinctively took half a step back, though her voice remained defiant.
What are you going to do, hit me? Leon is downstairs.
I reached out and removed the ruby brooch from her dress.
Give it back!
Her expression changed immediately. Instead, I turned and threw it into the fire. I looked at her. You're absolutely right. Her eyes brightened. You're not here to take what's mine. I smiled. You're here to pick up what I've already thrown away. The fragile expression nearly cracked off her face. Leon stepped forward angrily.
Your words are becoming unbearable.
Then stop listening.
You.
Footsteps echoed from the doorway. The old Valen steward entered with 2 officials from the royal Chandris. Leon frowned.
What are they doing here?
I picked up a document from the desk and handed it over. Seal all of my Dowie estate. Starting today, any member of the Ashherd family who spends a single gold coin must record the purpose and obtain a royal seal. The officials bowed.
Yes, my lady.
Leon exploded.
You bring outsiders in to investigate my household?
Your household? I laughed. The bread you eat, the wine you drink, the necklaces you buy for Vivian, how much of that wasn't squeezed out of my dowry? If I don't investigate, should I just wait for you to sell me too? Sister, if people hear about this, Leon will be humiliated. Vivian spoke softly. When Leon announced he was marrying you as his second consort last night, he didn't seem worried about humiliating me. I only want a child. Tears instantly welled in her eyes again. What a coincidence. I smiled. So do I. Leon snapped his head toward me. One of the officials produced a parchment scroll.
The Valen family has submitted a formal petition to the crown.
Lilith committed a grave crime, angering the ruler of the Underrealm. My beloved Cassius shoved me onto the war chariot, forcing me to take the blame for her. I leaned against the side of the chariot and looked at him. High Priest Cassius, before you send me into Tartarus, you better think through the consequences. He avoided my gaze.
Lilith only accidentally burned the Obsidian Hall's pomegranate grove, yet the Underlord demands blood in return. Lyra, you carry the golden essence of the primordial god. Even the Underlord would not dare harm you lightly. When this is all over, even if it defies the decree of the Pantheon Council, I will go to the Underrealm and bring you back.
My powers were shackled, the divine binding cords, cutting into my flesh, a few drops of golden blood seeping out. 2 Acapites shoved me into the chariot. I smiled. The world only knew the Underlord as a fearsome ruler, but no one remembered that 3 centuries ago, he had been nothing more than a dying black serpent. I raised in the divine spring. The first night he took human form. He knelt before me and lowered his head.
Goddess Salerna,
He said,
I vow to guide your reigns for all eternity.
That year I grew weary of the chaos of Olympus and descended alone to the mortal realm, later bringing him along to wander by my side. And now Callias personally delivered me back to that little creature. He dared make me bear the punishment for Lilith. Tomorrow, I would make sure he and his entire temple rested forever beneath this land. In the next moment, the chariot curtain was lifted.
Sister, it's all my fault for making you bear this for me.
Lilith stood by Cassius, her eyes red.
Lyra, I had no choice.
A hint of reluctance showed on Cassius' face, as if he was the one cornered by fate.
The Underlord has decreed that the culprit who desecrated the holy relic must be handed over. If not, he will lead the dead to flatten the entire temple.
2 centuries ago, I saved Cassius. When the gods abandoned him in the wilderness, near death, I concealed my true name and secretly supported him, personally guiding him to become the high priest. At that time, he knelt and swore by the name of Strix.
Goddess Salona, I will guard your heart with mine, to death, without regret.
Later, beside the sacrificial grounds, I found the frail little beggar girl Lilith and took her under my wing, treating her like a younger sister. To protect her, I entrusted her to Cassius, allowing her to enter the temple as the youngest priestess. But human hearts are unpredictable, and divine hearts even more so. To protect Lilith, Cassius had personally pushed me onto the altar.
Lyra, do not blame me. How can we resist the Underlord's might? Lilith is fragile. She cannot endure the tortures of the Underrealm. Your bloodline is strong.
You will survive.
I almost laughed at him. Cassius had forgotten that last night, while I slept, he sealed the golden blood within me with an oath by the name of laughed at him. At this moment I was powerless, less than a mortal.
Sister, do not hate Cassius. It is all my fault.
Lilith stepped closer.
Sister, don't worry. When you come back, I will take good care of you.
I looked at her without a word. Thankfully, not everyone forgets old vows. The golden wheels of the chariot rolled over the brass gate. In the distance, the outline of the bronze gate appeared. It was the entrance to the Underrealm. It was the throne of that little creature I had personally raised. The chariot came to a halt before the bronze gates. A guard of the Underrealm yanked me off the vehicle. I staggered, my knees striking the steps, golden blood seeping out.
So this is the one.
The lead commander glared at me.
The one who destroyed the Obsidian Hall's pomegranate grove that the Underlord tended for a century?
It's her.
Cassius' voice came from behind.
The person has been delivered. From today onward, you will hold Lilith blameless.
The commander sneered, his gaze settling on me.
The Underlord commands that such a criminal has no right to walk through the temple gates upright. Kneel.
A shock ran through me. For 1,000 years, no being in this land had ever dared order me to kneel. Before I could react, his boot struck the back of my knee, forcing me heavily to the ground. The guards beside me cracked their whips across my back.
What are you waiting for? Move!
Exhausted, I could only inch forward, step by step, toward the hall. In a daze, the molten gold eyes from 3 centuries ago suddenly appeared before me. Back then, he had stood by the divine spring, looking up at me with pure devotion and trust.
Goddess Salona,
He had said,
I will grow strong.
I never imagined that our reunion would be under such humiliation. Dragging my knees across the stone steps, each inch of movement burned like fire. Cassius followed a few paces behind, frowning slightly, yet never stepping forward.
Lilith bent close to my ear. Lyra, you actually think you deserve Cassius' favor? What are you? In his eyes, you're nothing more than a lamb sent to die for me. A surge of rage rose from my chest. I lifted my hand and struck Lilith across the face.
She screamed, falling to the ground, tears flooding her eyes.
Mentor! Mentor, save me!
Cassius rushed forward and pulled Lilith into his arms.
Lyra, have you lost your mind? Lilith's bloodline is too weak. How could you harm her?
My heart shattered completely. I straightened my spine, bracing on knees, and faced everyone. She dares offend me? Even if I crush her soul and cast it into the river lettuce, it would be nothing but a flick of my hand. Everyone froze. After a moment, a guard sneered.
This mortal body must have been driven mad by the mist of the Underriver? A flick of your hand? In this land, only one goddess could say such words. That would be Lyra Selena, who resides beyond Olympus, mistress of the stars, saint of the cosmos.
Another god chimed in.
The saint of the cosmos is so mysterious. No one has ever seen her true face. How could she look so disraveled?
Lilith lifted her head from Cassius' arms, mocking.
Sister, how dare you? In this state, you still claim to be the saint? That is blasphemy!
The guard cracked his whip again, the tip striking my back.
Impudence! How dare you impersonate the saint?
I leaned forward, letting out a low groan from the pain. Cassius stood nearby, silently watching. I shouted to everyone.
I am Lyra Selena herself! I possess the holy relic!
Trembling, I reached into my clothes and pulled out a necklace. The chain bore the mark of the tear of the cosmos, forged only for the saint herself. In the next instant, Cassius snatched it from me. He personally placed the relic around Lilith's neck.
Lyra,
he said coldly.
You dare steal my relic? This tear, it was given to me by a reclusive deity when I was gravely wounded. Since when did it become yours?
I froze. 3 centuries ago, I had used the tear of the cosmos to protect Cassius' divine essence, saving him from the brink of death. When he awoke, he knelt before me.
Goddess Selena, I will find the rarest starstone and set it upon this chain myself. From this day forward, I will guard you with my heart, to death without regret.
Back then, I had laughed at his solemnity, and now he says I stole it? I lunged forward to reclaim the chain. Lilith lifted her foot and stepped on my hand, The sound of bones shattering was drowned out by her laughter.
I looked at my battered body, broken finger bones, golden blood seeping, and then I laughed.
3 centuries ago, while preparing a divine potion, I had accidentally burned myself with holy fire. Sonata's eyes had reddened on the spot, and he had raged, threatening to destroy all the sacred flames on this land, declare that no one could harm me.
Cassius and his entire temple would no longer be able to protect me. In an instant, we entered the Underrealm's grand hall. Lilith froze mid-step. Caspius' heart thumped violently. He had never imagined that this fearsome underlord, who even gods dreaded, would possess such a magnificent palace. A bitter pan rose in me. Sonatus had devoted me as his only faith. This hall was filled with traces of my presence. Lilith's gaze fell on the center of the hall. There stood a white jade statue of a woman, her head lowered in profile, a white lotus in her hand. Lilith stepped forward to touch it, hesitating.
Mentor, don't you think this statue looks a bit like sister?
Before she could finish, a female voice rang from deep within the hall.
Take your filthy hands off!
Both ladies have been poisoned with the same toxin. But there's only one cure. Alexander, do you save your wife or the lady in your arms?
Save Amy first!
Alexander, I'm your wife. Why didn't you choose me?
Vea, you have divine blood. This poison won't hurt you. But Amy's different. She'll die without the medicine.
But my powers were ruined when I gave birth. I'll die without it too.
Stop lying! The witch doctor said you're already healed.
Leo, are you doing this for me?
No, I choose Amy too.
Why? I'm your mom.
Because Amy is better than you. I want her to be my mom.
Alexander, am I going to die?
You'll be fine.
Leo, please, save Mummy.
You're not gonna die, Mum, but you need to learn a lesson. That's what you get for hurting Amy.
Just wait to die, Vea. You can't beat me. I will turn Alexander and Leo into my most loyal followers.
I never should have married Alexander. I kept forgiving them for choosing Amy, just to keep my family together. But they stopped loving me a long time ago. I'm alive? Was that a dream about the future?
Vea, the little prince is throwing a tantrum. He's trashing the birthday party you planned. Little prince, please stop!
No, I want to!
Leo, what are you doing?
I'm trashing this place. I hate the way you decorated it.
Get off the table right now!
Not until you give me the starlight wine.
You're just a kid. You can't drink.
I don't care. I want it.
You've gone too far, Leo. Baby! Oh, sweetie. It's your special day. Who made you so mad?
Amy, why is she always yelling at me?
Because she's a control freak.
What's going on?
Your son just trashed the place because he wanted wine.
Leo, is that true?
No, that's not the whole story. Leo just wanted to help with the decorations, but Vea totally shut him down. Right, Leo?
Yes.
How dare you teach my son to lie right to my face? I'm just telling the truth.
Vea, what are you doing?
Don't bully Amy!
Vea, you're such a disappointment. Have zero patience with your own son, and you're being incredibly rude to Amy. We need to talk. Now!
Fine! Fine!
Why are you always picking on Amy? She hasn't his pick wrong. She hasn't done anything wrong.
Open your eyes, Alexander. You didn't even ask the maids. You just took her word for it. Ever since she got here, you only see her.
That's not true.
Who are you trying to fool, Alexander? You know exactly how you feel about her.
That's ridiculous! There is nothing going on between me and Amy. We're just friends!
Then swear on it.
I swear! I don't look at Amy that way!
Alexander's and I used to be so happy. But ever since Amy came into the picture, everything changed.
I've never been this happy.
Me either. I thought it would last forever. And then Amy happened.
Hi, I'm Amy. I hope I'm not intruding.
Alexander's been talking about Wea all the time now. He doesn't even notice. Amy with her innocent little face. She just takes my husband's heart like it's nothing.
Don't cry, Mommy. I'll always love you.
But lately, even Leo, my own little boy, he's starting to like her, that woman.
Because Amy is better than you. I want her to be my mom.
I'm saving Amy.
So if that dream's real, me and Amy both dying and my husband and son choose her, together, over me? No, not happening. I won't let it.
Vea, I'm here to apologize for what happened today. You came to apologize?
You came to apologize. So how exactly are you going to do that? I'm really sorry. It was thoughtless of me. I ruined your mood for Leo's birthday party. But a child is innocent. Please don't take this out on him.
Are you kidding me? He's my son, and that's not even what you should be apologizing for.
I know. This is a perfume I made. It calms you down, helps you sleep better. Why do you have that ruby bracelet? This? It's a gift from Alexander. His way of apologizing for your rudeness.
That's the token of love I gave him.
So what? It's mine now.
Help! Somebody! The Duchess has gone mad! She's trying to kill me!
Vea! What did you do to her?
Alexander, I came here to apologize, but Vea, she just wouldn't accept it.
Why did you give our token of love to that fake, pretentious woman?
It's just an ordinary bracelet. You're like a crazy woman.
Vea, I have to teach you a lesson. Starting now, without my order, the Queen doesn't leave this room.
My lady, reflect, or the king won't let you out.
If my powers came back, I wouldn't be pushed like this.
My lady, the king has lifted your confinement. Now put on your hunting clothes and come with us to the hunt.
I'm not going.
But the little prince is waiting for you at the hunt.
Mummy, sorry. I'll hunt a dragon for you as a gift to make up for upsetting you on the day of your birthday.
Oh my god, he's only 5! There's no way he can take on a dragon!
I've got something to take care of.
Okay.
Vea's on her way to the hunt. Nice work. This time, Vea dies here.
I was dying. Border smoke choked the air from my lungs. An armor-piercing round had torn through my chest. I was shaking with pain. And there was my sentinel, Dane, shielding another guide. A low-rank one, Vera.
I called out to him. 5 years. 5 years of burning through my own cynetic energy, day and night, to bring him up to A class. He turned and looked at me. His eyes were full of disgust.
Veda, an S-class guide like you won't die from this. Vera's too fragile. I can't lose her.
I watched Vera nestle into his arms. She looked over his shoulder and smiled at me. Dane didn't look back. He carried Vera onto the rescue starship. I watched the ship disappear and broke down sobbing. What did 5 years of my life even mean to him? If I could do it over, I would grind them both into the dirt. A crack of thunder, then darkness. I don't know how long it had been, but I felt breath in my lungs again. My eyes snapped open. I was standing on the platform at the Empire's matching center. The system tone chimed in my ear.
Guide Veda, the system has matched you with 2 sentinels. Dane at 90% compatibility, and Supreme Commander Ryer at 100% compatibility. Please choose.
I squeezed my hands into fists. By some miracle, I was back 5 years earlier, on matching day. I was really back. This time, I was going to make them pay.
I looked around. Dane was standing a few steps away, wearing his most devoted expression. Last time, that face had tricked me into bonding with him. Then he'd abandoned me on the battlefield. I saw Vera drift to his side. She raised an eyebrow at me and hooked her arm through his. Dane shot me a guilty glance. He shook Vera off and forced a smile in my direction. Watching them, I understood immediately. These two had been together long before today. Nausea rose in my throat. I tightened my fists. Dane hurried over and grabbed my hand. His coaxing voice filled my ear.
Veda, don't make a scene. Vera just came to wish us luck. As for Commander Riker, he's perpetually on the edge of Sentinel rage. He'll tear you apart. You're choosing me, right? Tell the system.
I pulled my hand free. It's actually very clear who I should choose. I watched his expression relax. He strolled back to his position, certain I was coming to him.
But instead, I turned to the system display and announced,
I choose Commander Riker.
Dane's smile froze. He shouted,
Veda, are you insane? Choosing a monster for your sentinel, you'll regret this!
A deep voice came from the entrance of the matching center.
Who are you calling a monster?
My eyes locked onto the man stepping forward. Each footfall of his military boots hit like a drumbeat. The crowd parted. The hall went silent. Riker, the Empire's most feared war god, nearly 2 meters tall, his dark military uniform stretched taut across an enormous frame. He looked at me.
Is that your final answer?
Those gray-blue eyes held something untamed. I held his gaze. Yes. I took a step toward him. I reached out and took his hand. My general, take care of me. The moment I spoke, black psionic energy exploded behind Riker. A massive spirit form, a wild lion with a jet-black mane, materialized out of nowhere. The SSS-class psionic pressure swept through the hall, buckling the knees of every sentinel present. The wild lion lowered its head and breathed in my psionic aura. Behind me, a white lop-eared rabbit spirit form leapt out. My white rabbit raised a paw and tapped the lion on the nose. The wild lion's rumbling purr drifted to my ears, almost pleading. This was 100% soul resonance. Our spirit forms were drawn to each other by nature. Riker turned his hand and held mine.
Once we bond, there's no going back.
He said quietly.
Come on. Let's go home.
I followed him toward the door. Behind me, Dane's voice cracked with fury. He lunged for me.
Veda! What is wrong with you? We had a deal!
He didn't get close.
Riker barely glanced at him. The black-maned lion whipped around and roared at Dane. With a scream, Dane's Hyphena spirit form shattered on the spot. He coughed blood and collapsed. Who said anything about a deal?
I dropped the words like ice, stepped right over his body on the floor, and walked out with Ryer.
After matching ended, Dane had no choice but to bond with the low-rank guide Vera. I only heard about what followed later. He went around complaining he'd lost an S-class guide. He demanded Vera burn through her own psionic reserves to fuel his advancement, exactly as I had done in my past life. Vera would never agree to that, but she depended on Dane's protection. To redirect his anger, she fed him a scheme. Together they went to the Empire Center and filed a report against me. They claimed I had illegally boosted Dane's rank. Their plan was to get my work suspended, drive me into a corner, and I'd have to come crawling back. Then Dane could swoop in like a savior and keep draining me. And that's exactly what they did. Soon, Empire investigators surrounded me at my office. All my work clearances were suspended on the spot. I watched Dane walk over to me. His condescending voice filled my ear.
Vida, you see your mistake now, right? Beg me, and I'll drop the charges.
Looking at his face, all I felt was revulsion. He was using my own years of sacrifice as a weapon against me, biting the hand that had fed him. I don't need anything from you. Get out. I pushed past him and held my hands out to the investigators myself. Dane was seething. He raised his hand to hit me, but Vera grabbed his arm. Her soothing voice reached me. Dane, don't. Give her a few days of suffering and she'll come crawling back on her own.
You're right, Vida. I'll be waiting for you on your knees.
Dane lowered his hand and walked away laughing with Vera. The investigators clamped restraints on my wrists. Just as they were about to take me, heavy footsteps sounded outside the door. Riker strode in. He ripped the restraints from my wrists and fixed his eyes on the investigators.
She's mine. Who dares touch her?
His psychic energy detonated. Several investigators buckled to one knee on the spot, begging for mercy. Lilith committed a grave crime, angering the ruler of the Underrealm. My beloved Cassia shoved me onto the war chariot, forcing me to take the blame for her. I leaned against the side of the chariot and looked at him. High Priest Cassius, before you send me into Tartarus, you better think through the consequences. He avoided my gaze.
Lilith only accidentally burned the Obsidian Hall's pomegranate grove, yet the Underlord demands blood in return. Lyra, you carry the golden essence of the primordial god. Even the Underlord would not dare harm you lightly. When this is all over, even if it defies the decree of the Pantheon Council, I will go to the Underrealm and bring you back.
My powers were shackled, the divine binding cords, cutting into my flesh, a few drops of golden blood seeping out. 2 Acapites shoved me into the chariot. I smiled. The world only knew the Underlord as a fearsome ruler, but no one remembered that 3 centuries ago he had been nothing more than a dying black serpent, I raised in the divine spring. The first night he took human form, he knelt before me and lowered his head.
Goddess Salerna,
He said,
I vow to guide your reigns for all eternity.
That year I grew weary of the chaos of Olympus and descended alone to the mortal realm, later bringing him along to wander by my side. And now Callias personally delivered me back to that little creature. He dared make me bear the punishment for Lilith. Tomorrow, I would make sure he and his entire temple rested forever beneath this land. In the next moment, the chariot curtain was lifted.
Sister, it's all my fault for making you bear this for me.
Lilith stood by Cassius, her eyes red.
Lyra, I had no choice.
A hint of reluctance showed on Cassius' face, as if he was the one cornered by fate.
The Underlord has decreed that the culprit who desecrated the holy relic must be handed over. If not, he will lead the dead to flatten the entire temple.
2 centuries ago, I saved Cassius when the gods abandoned him in the wilderness, near death. I concealed my true name and secretly supported him, personally guiding him to become the high priest. At that time he knelt and swore by the name of Strix.
Goddess Salona, I will guard your heart with mine, to death, without regret.
Later, beside the sacrificial grounds, I found the frail little beggar girl Lilith and took her under my wing, treating her like a younger sister. To protect her, I entrusted her to Cassius, allowing her to enter the temple as the youngest priestess. But human hearts are unpredictable, and divine hearts even more so. To protect Lilith, Cassius had personally pushed me onto the altar.
Lyra, do not blame me. How can we resist the Underlord's might? Lilith is fragile. She cannot endure the tortures of the Underrealm. Your bloodline is strong. You will survive.
I almost laughed at him. Cassius had forgotten that last night, while I slept, he sealed the golden blood within me with an oath by the name of laughed at him. At this moment I was powerless, less than a mortal.
Sister, do not hate Cassius. It is all my fault.
Lilith stepped closer.
Sister, don't worry. When you come back, I will take good care of you.
I looked at her without a word. Thankfully, not everyone forgets old vows. The golden wheels of the chariot rolled over the brass gate. In the distance, the outline of the bronze gate appeared. It was the entrance to the Underrealm. It was the throne of that little creature I had personally raised. The chariot came to a halt before the bronze gates. A guard of the Underrealm yanked me off the vehicle. I staggered, my knee striking the steps, golden blood seeping out.
So this is the one.
The lead commander glared at me.
The one who destroyed the Obsidian Hall's pomegranate grove that the Underlord tended for a century?
It's her.
Cassius' voice came from behind.
The person has been delivered. From today onward, you will hold Lilith blameless.
The commander sneered, his gaze settling on me.
The Underlord commands that such a criminal has no right to walk through the temple gates upright. Kneel.
A shock ran through me. For 1,000 years, no being in this land had ever dared order me to kneel. Before I could react, his boot struck the back of my knee, forcing me heavily to the ground. The guards beside me cracked their whips across my back.
What are you waiting for? Move!
Exhausted, I could only inch forward, step by step, toward the hall.
In a daze, the molten gold eyes from 3 centuries ago suddenly appeared before me. Back then, he had stood by the divine spring, looking up at me with pure devotion and trust.
Goddess Salona,
he had said,
I will grow strong.
I never imagined that our reunion would be under such humiliation. Dragging my knees across the stone steps, each inch of movement burned like fire. Cassius followed a few paces behind, frowning slightly, yet never stepping forward.
Lilith bent close to my ear. Lyra, you actually think you deserve Cassius' favor? What are you? In his eyes, you're nothing more than a lamb sent to die for me. A surge of rage rose from my chest. I lifted my hand and struck Lilith across the face.
She screamed, falling to the ground, tears flooding her eyes.
Mentor! Mentor, save me!
Cassius rushed forward and pulled Lilith into his arms.
Lyra, have you lost your mind? Lilith's bloodline is too weak. How could you harm her?
My heart shattered completely. I straightened my spine, bracing on knees and faced everyone. She dares offend me? Even if I crush her soul and cast it into the river Lettuce, it would be nothing but a flick of my hand. Everyone froze. After a moment, a guard sneered.
This mortal body must have been driven mad by the mist of the Underriver? A flick of your hand? In this land, only one goddess could say such words. That would be Lyra Selena, who resides beyond Olympus, mistress of the stars, saint of the cosmos.
Another god chimed in.
The saint of the cosmos is so mysterious. No one has ever seen her true face. How could she look so disraveled?
Lilith lifted her head from Cassius' arms, mocking.
Sister, how dare you? In this state, you still claim to be the saint? That is blasphemy!
The guard cracked his whip again, the tip striking my back.
Impudence! How dare you impersonate the saint?
I leaned forward, letting out a low groan from the pain. Cassius stood nearby, silently watching. I shouted to everyone.
I am Lyra Selena herself! I possess the holy relic!
Trembling, I reached into my clothes and pulled out a necklace. The chain bore the mark of the tear of the cosmos, forged only for the saint herself. In the next instant, Cassius snatched it from me. He personally placed the relic around Lilith's neck.
Lyra,
he said coldly.
You dare steal my relic? This tear, it was given to me by a reclusive deity when I was gravely wounded. Since when did it become yours?
I froze. 3 centuries ago, I had used the tear of the cosmos to protect Cassius' divine essence, saving him from the brink of death. When he awoke, he knelt before me.
Goddess Selida, I will find the rarest starstone and set it upon this chain myself. From this day forward, I will guard you with my heart, to death without regret.
Back then, I had laughed at his solemnity, and now he says I stole it? I lunged forward to reclaim the chain. Lilith lifted her foot and stepped on my hand. The sound of bones shattering was drowned out by her laughter. I looked at my battered body, broken finger bones, golden blood seeping, and then I laughed. 3 centuries ago, while preparing a divine potion, I had accidentally burned myself with holy fire. Sonata's eyes had reddened on the spot, and he had raged, threatening to destroy all the sacred flames on this land, declare that no one could harm me. Cassius and his entire temple would no longer be able to protect me. In an instant, we entered the Underrealm's grand hall. Lilith froze mid-step. Caspius' heart thumped violently. He had never imagined that this fearsome underlord, who even gods dreaded, would possess such a magnificent palace. A bitter pan rose in me. Sonatus had devoted me as his only faith. This hall was filled with traces of my presence. Lilith's gaze fell on the center of the hall. There stood a white jade statue of a woman, her head lowered in profile, a white lotus in her hand. Lilith stepped forward to touch it, hesitating.
Mentor, don't you think this statue looks a bit like sister?
Before she could finish, a female voice rang from deep within the hall.
Take your filthy hands off!
At my sacred bonding ceremony, all 3 of my fade mates rejected me. They did it in front of every noble beastman there. Leon, heir to the Mad Lion clan, spoke first.
Don't choose me. I like soft, gentle females. You may be the only princess of the Snow Leopard clan, but you're too strong.
Oliver, the Hawk Lord, waved his hand and laughed.
Spare me. I don't like females who act like old elders.
Then they looked at Casply with mocking smiles. Casply was the prince of the deep-sea sirens. He was also the male I had loved since I was young.
Everyone knows Diana loves you the most. Why don't you make the sacrifice?
Leon tapped Caspy on the shoulder. Caspy looked at me. There was no love in his eyes. He looked at me like I was someone he hated. He strode up to the altar, grabbed my wrist, and dragged me aside.
Are you done yet? Are you trying to force me to bond with you? Do you have no shame left as a snow leopard princess?
He raised his voice on purpose. All the noble beastfrig below were watching me make a fool of myself. I had done nothing wrong, but they pushed me around like I was some unwanted sacrifice. I shook off his hand. My heart was bleeding, but my back stayed straight. Casper, what makes you think I can't live without you? Casper pointed at my face and snapped.
How many times have you chased after me with courtship gifts? Just seeing you makes me sick. The thought of having cubs with you makes me wish you would die right now.
The whole crowd gasped. I clenched my fist so hard that my nails dug into my palms. Just then, my personal maid, Chloe, pushed through the crowd. She stumbled onto the altar and dropped to her knees at my feet. Then she cried out loudly,
"Your Highness, I'm carrying Prince Casper's cub. Please let me and my baby live."
The whole place went dead silent. I stared at her in shock. Chloe was a lowly red fox half-beast. She had followed me since we were children. She had even helped me prepare courtship gifts for Casper. She knew how much I had loved him.
So they had been together behind my back all this time.
Chloe grabbed the hem of my dress. She looked up at me. Her eyes were full of pride and provocation.
"Your Highness, if you force Prince Cask to bond with you today, then my baby and I can only die."
Her sharp nails dug hard into my calf. Blood flowed out at once. Casper rushed over and shoved me away. Then he held Chloe in his arms like she was precious.
The floor is cold. Why are you kneeling?
Chloe sobbed against him.
"Princess didn't allow me to get up. I wouldn't dare move. You should go. I'll accept her punishment."
Chloe has served you since childhood. She has bowed to you all these years. Isn't that enough? Why do you still have to hurt her?
I let out a cold laugh. Then I stepped forward and grabbed Chloe's chin. "Then tell me, how do I usually hurt you?" Chloe trembled all over and shrunk into Casper's arms.
"The princess treats me very well."
After saying that, she rolled her eyes back. Casper lost his temper completely. He picked Chloe up and warned me.
Chloe is carrying the heir of the Siren Royal Society. If anything happens to her, I will never let you go.
Then he carried Chloe away. Leon and Oliver laughed and followed him. My father, the old lord of the Snow Leopard tribe, started coughing hard. He held my hand, his eyes full of worry.
Diana, let's cancel the ceremony today. Later
I shook my head with a bitter smile. Our tribe badly needed a new heir with powerful blood. Otherwise, the Black Bear tribe would use our lack of an heir as an excuse next month. They would swallow our land. Protecting this land was my duty.
So I announced loudly, "Bring out the moonstone." I agree to use the oldest divination law to choose a husband. Every beastman of the right age may take part.
The priest brought out the moonstone. It glowed with ancient magic. I cut my palm and let my blood fall onto it. The stone burst with blinding red light, but the light did not point to the noble seats. It shot straight toward the darkest corner of the estate. That place was the underground arena. It held the lowest slave beastmen in the tribe. The light fell on a tall figure. It was Carl, a gladiator slave bought from the black market. The nobles burst into loud laughter.
The gods matched her with a slave.
The noble snow leopard princess got paired with an arena slave. The whole beast continent will laugh at this. My father's face turned pale. He tried to stop me.
This is absurd. You should choose Casper. I'll go and bow to the Siren royal family.
No, father. The oracle cannot be disobeyed. I will not regret this. I clenched my bleeding fist. Then I turned around and walked toward the arena. Step by step, through everyone's laughter. Carl was chained to the wall with thick iron chains. His body was covered in whip marks and dried blood. When he heard my footsteps, he slowly raised his head. He had a pair of rare dark gold vertical pupils. I reached out and touched his forehead with my finger. Will you become my beast husband? Will you have cubs with me? Carl did not speak. A low sound came from his throat. He stared at me with a dangerous, possessive look. I turned to the guards.
Unlock his chains. Take him to my bedroom.
The crowd gasped. Casper, who had come back, rushed into the arena. He grabbed my wrist, his face twisted with anger.
Are you insane? Your cub needs pure blood. How could this lowly slave have pure blood?
I looked at him.
Let go.
No! You only chose him to make me angry, didn't you?
Casper gritted his teeth.
Give up this decision right now. Apologize to Chloe, and I may do my duty once.
You disgust me. I slapped him across the face. The sound echoed through the arena.
I will never choose you, and I will never have cubs with a vile male like you.
Casper's eyes turned blood red.
Fine. You asked for this, you lowly female. I hope you give birth to a twisted monster. I hope you give birth to a twisted monster.
He kicked Carl hard and left with his people. Suddenly, the heat of my breeding period surged through my body. My legs went weak. A soft moan escaped my lips. The sweet scent of a pure-blood female filled the air. Every male beastman there turned red-eyed. Their breathing grew heavy. Just then, Carl, who had been silent, let out a tiger roar. He did not even need the guards to unlock him. He tore apart the thick steel chains with his bare hands. His tall body blocked me from everyone. An ancient pressure burst from him. Hundreds of high-ranking nobles were forced to their knees. This was not the power of an ordinary slave. Carl picked me up in his arms. I pressed against his burning chest. I could hear his heartbeat, loud as thunder.
You are mine.
His voice was horsey. After saying that, he carried me away. He ignored everyone's shocked stares. He kicked open my bedroom door and threw me onto the soft bed. Under the moonlight, his body began to change. Silver-white tiger markings appeared on his skin. The witch doctor had once said that the ancient silver tiger bloodline had long vanished from this continent. I stared at him in shock. He was not an ordinary slave. He was the legendary. The chieftain gathered every unmated male and told me and sister to choose. Male shifters are ranked S, A, B, or C. My sister Lyra seized the A-rank wolf shifter that should be mine, and threw the low-level B-rank snake shifter that should be hers to me. As a result, her fate was tragic, while I won everything. She bore him 5 litters, every single one lowly B rank. The wolf shifter raged. He kicked her hard in the stomach and cursed her for being useless, tore the bond like it was nothing. The other males wanted nothing to do with her either. And me, I chose a B rank snake shifter. 1 litter, 10 cubs, every single one high-quality A rank. The whole clan named me the Sacred Daughter. My mate inherited the chieftain's seat. Lyra couldn't stand it. She killed all my children and pushed me off a cliff. When I opened my eyes again, we were back to the day of choosing. I came back to myself just as Lyra pressed her body against the snake shifter's side. "Chieftain," she said sweetly. "I choose Voss." She said it, and then she looked at me. One long, deliberate look, the kind that said, "I've already won." I understood. She'd been reborn too. Actually, my sister and I weren't from this world, but we couldn't find a way back. In the end, we would just have to adapt to the rules here. But this time, I absolutely won't let her control everything. Male shifters are born ranked S, A, B, or C. The higher the rank, the more valuable the male. C rank males were everywhere. B rank was considered a prize. A rank was rare enough to cause a stir. As for S rank, even the elderly chieftain had never seen one. Females in the Beastlands were fewer than males. Their social standing was higher, which standing on the children they bore. The higher the rank of your cubs, the higher you climbed. In our last life, Lyra had wanted to be the top female in the clan. She'd gone straight for the only A-rank wolf shifter without blinking. She'd told me to choose Voss, the snake shifter. "Snakes have 2, you know," she'd said, with that conspiratorial smile of hers. "But they lay eggs. Hatching eggs is so much easier than live birth." I'd listened. I'd chosen Vox. We bonded, and I fell pregnant quickly. 1 clutch, 10 cubs, every single one A rank. This clan had existed for over a century. Among clans, they'd never had more than 5 A-rank shifters total. The chieftain declared Voss his successor on the spot. Lyra had conceived around the same time I had. She gave birth to a B-rank cub, then another. 5 pregnancies total. Nothing above B, nothing below C. She decided the problem was the wolf's bloodline. One night, she crept into Voss's den. Voss threw her out of bed and called the entire clan to witness his innocence before dawn. The wolf shifter found out. His rage was immediate and absolute. He dissolved their bond and drove her out, along with her children. Within a month, Lila's cubs had all starved. She'd tried to seduce some of the C-rank males during that time. But this world had no tolerance for betrayal. The males would take what she offered. They wouldn't bond with her. When Lyra was close to starving, I'd brought her back to mine, given her meat from my own stores. She repaid me by destroying me, Even now, I could still feel the drop. That weightless, stomach-larching fall. The chieftain nodded at me now, signaling it was my turn to choose. I scanned the remaining males. Then I pointed at the wolf shifter. I'd like to choose. I didn't finish the sentence. A crack split the air. A hand connected with my face. The female who hit me belonged to Drac, the black tiger shifter. She came at me with all the fury. She demanding to know how I dared steal her male.
I stared at her. I have nothing going on with Drac.
Still denying it!
She reached into a pouch at her hip and flung something at my feet. A tuft of fur.
I found this on my bed. That's your fur, isn't it?
My shifted form was a white rabbit. The fur on the ground was rabbit fur, but that proved nothing. I wasn't the only rabbit in this clan. I opened my mouth to say exactly that. Lyra stepped forward. Her eyes went wide and shocked.
"Oh, sister,"
she gasped.
"That night, I saw you walking with Drac. I had no idea that's what you were doing. How could you go after a bonded male?"
The males who'd been eyeing me with interest took a collective step back. The wolf shifter in particular. His expression shuttered. He frowned. I turned to look at Lila. In her eyes, I saw it clearly. Calculation. Satisfaction.
"I didn't do anything with Drac. And that's not my fur. If no one believes me, I'll shift right now so you can all see for yourselves."
I shifted. I turned in a slow circle,